Hello accounts people, back to our and onwards with Finance Act 2024 Personal Tax Practice Papers. So task 4 then, 14 marks, so quite important mark allocation, the main income tax calculation. So what you see in front of you is the 3-column version. There are other versions. And it's a free layout as long as the examiner can see the right answers. And the best way of doing this is to label it up something along the lines of item, workings and pound sign. And if you do that, you're halfway there. Well, you made a good start. So remember the order everything goes in. It is in the right order actually in the list, although there's charities and all sorts of stuff to come in. So I've got to do a bit of calculations there. Income from employment first. If we had trading income in the exam, as well as employment income, that it would come above it. We don't need that one, we've just literally got the number, because that's straight off the question. Then we've got to do her property income. Now we're going to need to do some workings out there, because she's got property income of 8350. Property income losses brought forward are more than that. So that's the easy one. It's just 0. It can't be a minus figure. So worth a mark. However, you're going to get brownie points if you show that 8350 minus 11100 equals 2750 to be carried forward, because you're explaining what you've done. If you missed it or got it the wrong way round, the examiner could see what you've done wrong. You'd only lose a mark for that. So what's next is savings income. So savings income, we've just got bank interest received, so it's straight off the table, and then dividend or investment income would do. Again, 6,600. So that's okay. And then taxable income is actually just going to be the total of these. Except I've forgotten something. Oops. There. I forgot to take my personal allowance off. In fact, just to make life easy, you don't have to put a minus symbol in, but I'm in a spreadsheet to just save a few seconds. 48,510. So that number the examiners like to see, because if something can go wrong up here, they can work from there when they're trying to deduct or allocate the marks for what you have done right. So then we need to work out our tax liability. You actually have to work out how much they've got left at the end of it, just the actual tax liability. And we've got to just order it in the right way. So, first bit we will do link the two together. You should have done your practice papers to know that one, which will be let's have a look, equals, so this is actually 52,500 minus 12,570. That's the personal allowance gets taken off there. So again, a key figure for the examiners to look at, and then we can do the 20%. So 40% higher. Okay, she's going to go into higher, obviously 39,930 is more than 37,700, although we have got an issue of the gift aid in the question. So the gift aid is going to make her band a bit bigger. So the normal bandwidth, the 37,700, and it's £400, so it'll be 400 grossed up, which is 500. So just to show it, so 37 640. So then we've got to work out how much of it. An easy mistake to make here is going to be at 49%, because it's going to be the 39,930 minus 37,700 minus the 500, if you want to show the full workings out. Again, it would show, an examiner would understand if you didn't gross that up, you'd lose marks for that little bit. Higher 40%. What am I doing? Hang on, no, I've done that completely wrong. I meant to do, hang on, 30 minus. Completely wrong. 40% of minus 40% of, hang on, I've got that formula completely wrong. It's right in the left hand box. It's my formula that's wrong. So hang on, 39,930 minus that's better, 692. Different ways of doing it. I was doing it two different ways and confusing myself. So it's a 39,930, that's that figure, minus the extended basic rate band, and that amount at 40%. Again, it wouldn't do any harm if you actually showed here the number, which is, actually I'll need a calculator for that because I haven't got it here. Hang on, it's actually 7. Again, just to make the life of the examiner marker easier. So now, if you've got enough rows, leave a blank row, who knows. Alright, so the savings income is the 1980. But we're trying to work out the oh, actually we can't put it over here. Again, it's just make sure that actually that is a subheader, and it's going to be that minus the tax liabilities are these two figures, not the 39,930. So again, you could put that 39,930 in bold here, wouldn't do any harm. You could put that there as well. So what we've got 500 at 0%. Okay, it's not a disaster if you miss it out. And then the rest of it, 1480 at 40%. Because she's already a taxpayer. $592. Problem is you can't actually bold, I don't think, on the AAT system. And then we've just got some dividend income. I suppose I should have actually moved that up there, but never mind, if I've just about got a room. Some of the publishers suggest that you do all the workings out on a paper for this. Because you're never quite sure whether it will fit in, and actually leaving that row there hasn't done any good. It's easy for me that I can go insert another row, my total. So again, 500 at 0%, naught. Again, not absolutely essential, but you're showing your knowledge, you're showing you know what it means. That means 6100 at 33.75% as a high rate taxpayer. Okay, well, we'll leave it as it is. Again, there's rounding down issues, but we'll leave that one in. Oh, actually, the publisher, I'm thinking their answer, I left it as 2059. And then something along the lines bill, like a bill. Spell it right. Because of course the danger is picking up the wrong number here. That's life tax. Okay, well, don't really need to put that one in. That one. And that will do for our answer. Again, make it bold if you can, or highlight it, or slightly bigger text. And that's task 4 done. So you've just got to get things laid out in a way that makes sense. I had to put an extra row in. Well, I could have left that one out, it would have fitted nicely. Possibly write it out on a bit of paper first and then type it in, knowing that you've got to fit it in the boxes that you're given, whether it's 3 columns, 5 columns, or whatever. Lots of different ways of doing these questions, so practice makes perfect. So onwards then, shorter question this one, national insurance, so no need to take much of a break before we get on to it. Let's have a look. So only 6 marks. Has in the past been badly done, but now it's restricted just to employees, employers, and 1As. It does seem to be getting a little bit better, and also there is arguments over the annualised scheme. So this one and the AAT ones, as far as we know, it's all about annual versions. Directors would have to be annual, although I know there's a practice paper that I came across, or a practice question from one of the publishers, where you were expected to calculate it on a monthly basis, and somebody got a bonus in the 1 month, so in that month they went into the higher band. So again, you need to know the numbers that's actually in the reference material. So after our reference material, property income, individual. Didn't really need to refer to it on the previous task because we'd already used all those numbers actually, but I suppose on a different day you might want to. Other benefits, here we are, national insurance. So 1 is employee, the bit that's taken out your wages before you see it. 1 employers, and then 1A is also effectively employers. That's on the benefits that they give you. An employment allowance of 5,000 would be for a whole company or multiple employees. So it's not likely to come up, although it might come up apparently as a knowledge-based question. So let's have a look. We do some calculations first. Right, so what has she got? A gross salary of 51,500, use of a company car, accessible benefits, so they've worked out the benefits, you've just got to do that one. So in some respects that's the easiest, because that will be times the rate. Again, it'll round down, whole pounds. Normally says whole pound, nearest pole, or nearest pound, except on the old-fashioned paper-based systems it would always round down. Mentioned those earlier on a different video. Okay, so Cassie, okay, what has she got to do? Okay, well let's lay it out properly. 12,570%. The first bit at 0%. And then she's got 50 gross salary of 51,500. So she's got the same bandwidth. So okay, let's have a look at the reference materials. What does it tell us? Anything below that, and below 5270 is 8%. So 50, I suppose, different ways of working this one out. 2 is 8%, and then we need to work out how much is at the 2%. So 51, if we take the 51,500 minus the 5270, we've got 1230 at 2%. Okay, let's just put the formula in. 5270 minus times 8%. That's that bit of it. Except no way has that come out right. 50 minus. Hit the wrong button. Still not looking right. Hang on. 5270 minus 12.5 times 301. No. My computer's trying to help me. Right, that's that bit. In brackets plus, I'll put brackets to be safe, 3040 or let's have a look at the rounding issues. Okay, so it really should round down. And then get rid of those decimal places. So we haven't used the formula, but we just use the formula to calculate it. So the employers. Employers is slightly simpler. So again, back to reference material. Below 9,100 is 0. Everything above that is 13.8%. So there's only the 13.8 and the 0% band to worry about. Let's have a go then. So actually what we can do is 51,500 minus 9,100 is 42,400. So again, it will round down, so that will round down anyway on screen, and we're okay. Then 2 tick box questions. No guarantee, could be 2 falses, 2 trues, don't take any gambles. Read carefully. So employees, national insurance, contributions are calculated on each salary or wage paying for each employee. Well yes, you do it for everybody separately based on their own. And then 1A NIC payable by only employees. No, it's the employers that pay it. So it's an additional cost like the employers. And that'll do for